Hello, hello, hello. Here we go. Get that going. And press yes. Thank you. That's a free. Recording. That's all. Okay. 85, right? What? How much? Okay. Let's go. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good. Okay. Get hear myself. Get this going. Okay. Now, make sure. Okay, we'll move this up here. No, it's actually sacred land. Get this shared out. Let's do this to whoever wants first. Share that, 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 and that one. There you are. Well, this is where we're sending all of this. We're going to send it all of those. There we go. Myrtle. Now we gotta switch this one. There we go. There we go. You're what? Alright. Well, I'm gonna do this. So I can put this here. Yeah, that was better. There we go. Okay. I think I shared it. I'm gonna double check and share it on here one more time. Let's get it out. 528. That is singing bowl. It is for the repairs DNA or miracle DNA. People don't realize that that adds up to 7 and 8. And it's interesting that I'm part of Team 7 and Team 8, a blue team connection, which is really interesting. Well, it's a modality connection, what it is. You did? Oh, that's not working. I see what you're saying. A tune-up? What about a tune-up? We already did the Tibetan. Yeah, I did the Tibetan bowl. I already did the tune-up. You want me to do it again? That's funny. Said tune-up in the bowl. That's funny. I definitely get the music, but the music is going to be for later. I choose not to fear because I'm all about self-care, self-love, self-worth. If you choose to fear, you're inviting fear in your life and you're supporting that to others if that's what everybody should do, instead of doing things that bring you joy or enjoyment. I'm all about self care, self love, self worth. I'm a holistic vegan for compassion and empathy. You can go check out challenge22.com. That's what I'm about. I don't do debate lives or drama live. I just bring up information of how we can heal, and I do the tuning healing focuses. I do the tuning course, different ones. And I have them all up here on the list. All up there. Next is look at this particular post is a pinned post on my regular page. I talk to people worldwide that have reached out to me. I've talked to doctors that are in different countries that have thanked me for letting people know things because some are too afraid to tell the truth to people, and I choose to be honest. So I learned because I almost done a live, and I learned from a blood doctor, worked at the Pentagon, saved my life. I chose to bring up more than he ever has, and he knows that what I bring up is accurate because he's like, I asked him, why aren't you telling people when you're on the radio and stuff, this other stuff? And he's like, well, sometimes you can't just give it all out to everybody because they have to take it here and there. It's like, but they need to know this. They can't just be given pieces of it. They got to be given all of it at once so they can know and look into it all and be like, you know what? There is something to this. Why didn't anybody else tell me? So that's what I do. I won't keep people from not telling them. They need to know because if they don't know, who are they going to get the knowledge from to know? And if they don't know, they can get in danger. So I like to let people know the truth because once you inform people and let them know the information, look into it, they can finally do something about it in their heart. Call it the heart spark. The whole world is a transformative world, in my opinion, and if others want to prove me wrong on that, then manifest my vision board and see if you can do it. See if you're able to do it. Hi, Mala Grim Paranormal. How are you doing? Paranormal occult historical focus. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm all about self-care, self-love, self-worth focuses. So I do some spirit boxes and I do tune healing focuses. Thank you for saying something or waving, so I know you're a real person, not a bot. I really appreciate it. Hey, bro, how's it going? Brody, what are you up to? Thanks. I'm just chilling right now, just going through my frequencies. It'll just take me a moment. Good choice. Birds are very talkative today. They're very supportive and very open. They just said before you came in, Brody, they said tune up, and then I said I already just did the bowl, and then they said I already you want to do a tune up, and I like they said do the bowl, and so to them tune up is doing the bowl. So they give me different phrases that they figure I would know. I said I just did it, so I'll do it again. So no, that's how they confirm that they're real entities of beings talking through the boxes. Whether they're people pertaining to these spirits or not, they're real people communicating through it, knowing what I do, aware of what I'm doing, and I think it's really cool. As long as they're positive and helpful, I don't care what being they are. It's very intuitive. It's very nice, and but they have proved themselves, as you already know to me, in other ways. So I question everything. I don't just believe or disbelieve, but I like to inspire. So 243, I'm just going through the tuning forks. I like to go through all of them. Helps me basically balance my whole self. Beard? Yeah, a little bit. It's more of a goatee than a beard spirit. I don't usually let it grow out too long because I can't handle it. It gets too crazy sometimes. So I have to shave it and let it grow again. Not my hair though. My hair I'll let grow as long as it needs to. It's just this area. Sometimes you just have to, or at least for me. 243. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because when I was younger in junior high, the reason why I have this is because I saw other people having peach fuzz, or I had peach fuzz. Everybody else was growing regular stuff in junior high, and I was jealous, so I wanted to prove that I was a guy. So I basically shaped my peach fuzz, and then it started growing. But then it grew weird because I didn't let it grow out the normal way. And so I have a body that's like overdeveloped and underdeveloped. So I have a younger outer appearance, body, chest, and other places, but inner, some of my organs are overly or un. And so when I learned meditation and learned to eat healthy, thank you, I learned to correct or last longer instead of what the system caused. So the more holistic you go, the more you can be able to repair or stay around longer. It's really cool. Green state, you're funny. No, it's not a political statement, spirits. It's more of a moral stance for me. Yeah. 285 is for influence energy field. I'm not going to see it unless I pull it up. But sometimes the spirits will try to cover up the frequency, and I've noticed that. They said that's a white sock. I said, yeah, I know. I don't know the reason why they do it, but they sometimes the reflection of the light tries to stop you from seeing it. And it's sometimes I think it's them standing or protecting. I don't know how to explain it. Or it's the camera or something else trying to monetize it. This is 295.80. That's why I tell you what it is because it tries. See, they're like, no, you don't. See, they don't want people to see it. So it's 295.80. This is for the piggyback for your fat cells. So this is the fat cells one, and it gets rid of or relaxes them, and it goes with the muscles. So it's a piggyback one to the muscles. So yeah, the 295.80 would be, I think it's right there. That tells you reduce and relax fat cells, and that's it. And that's the tone of it. Yeah. So it's a go to this one. Very similar. Yeah, so I haven't done these tuning forks for about a while, and I apologize for that. Just been busy trying to do my own thing. I have been doing the Twilight live free stream usually at nighttime, but others people were asking it in my last live stream, and others were telling me people are asking for the tones during the Twilight. I was like, yeah, I'll come back and do it. I just have so many things going on in my apartment complex that I had to deal with, and I got in the right mood to do it today. So we'll try to do more of these since others have requested this particular live stream. They love the tuning forks and the bowl. The bowl I do all the time, so that's always in every. Yeah, yeah. Can you tell? Tell of what? Not real? No, I don't believe or disbelieve whether you are or not. Yeah, 396. Yeah, one of them says, "Can you tell that I'm from Utah?" I think some of the spirits come in and they passed away in Utah, so they're here, and I'm in Utah. So I think some of the spirits are saying, "Can you tell that I'm from Utah?" Yeah, people can usually tell when you tell them that you're from Utah. Yeah, ancient curse. Oh, list full of it. Someone's saying full of it. Someone's full of it. Say that they're part of an ancient curse. Ancient said, I'll affect you. You'll laugh at them and affect them. Gotcha. They love Twilight. I know you love Twilight. Oh, by the way, I saw the Twilight movie twice, sorta, pieces of it, on Tuesday because they had like a whatever showing here in Utah, and I just needed to get in my movie ticket amounts in before the end of the year. So I went to it at the beginning, and then I went to it later. Born in PG, Utah. Oh, yeah. I love the PG little response that you're talking about. Okay. I think that's an abbreviation to a certain city, but I love how I love how you put PG in there. Because I grew up, I'm ex Mormon, so I grew up religious, And I got out of it like when I turned about 30 or so. I started waking up to things. But back in 2019, I left because yes, Utah has is more like G for some. Depends. Some people think PG is even bad, and so you just made me laugh. Thank you, Viola. But yeah, I've been down to full Utah, so yeah, that was the best response I've ever seen. You made my day. Thank you. So 417 is facilitates. God, I ran so fast. Yeah, I would get out of there too. I wouldn't want to be here. I get the f out of here. I've tried, but there's only so much you can do when you have the situations I have to do it. But I enjoy being around and waking people up as best as I can or being genuine. But I lived in Idaho for a year. I've been in, I had family from California and other places. Um, so, but I mostly have lived my full life in Utah. But I've lived in like Idaho for like a year, and it was a big, even just there, it was a big eye opener. The biggest eye opener was going to LA and seeing cross dressers walking on the street somewhere when I was 18. That threw me off. And I was there with my brother for a week, just a week. And that like opened up my whole mind about how the world actually is. And they get you so sheltered in Utah or other places that are really religious instead of realizing what's really out there. Once you see it, it doesn't mean you have to be like everybody else and be part of it. It just gets you to have more appreciation and awareness that the world's way different than what we've been told it is. And so that's when I started doing self care, self love, self worth, or started to. Once I realized what I was being lied to and was tricked about in 2015, I had a weird, not a paranormal experience, more of an abduction experience, like extraterrestrial or fake extraterrestrial. I don't know how to explain it. I consider it more my lab abduction experience. This is for entertainment purposes only. If this doesn't resonate with you, just throw it away and move on. But this is just for entertainment purposes only for those that need to hear that. So what it is I had an experience in 2015 that woke me up to things and got me towards tuning forks. I didn't even believe in this paranormal stuff even after that. I thought everything would be ET. And then I realized, or with religious people would say, ET's not real. It's demons. It's this. It's that. I'm like, nah, hold on. I witnessed some things that didn't make sense, technology that was weird, and I questioned everything. I used to make fun of people that would believe in those things, thinking, no, I don't believe it. It's probably just, demons, or or the fallen that didn't get bodies, and it's like the church taught you to think in, and it's like, no, it's probably just you know, the 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 1/3 of heaven that didn't choose to get a body because they chose the wrong choice. And it was like that's the belief I had. That's the belief I thought. And then the Melchizedek priesthood belief, and then I got connected to Valdite and Thor knowledge and all that stuff just to try to make sense of my experience, still being religious. But it wasn't until I started realizing in 2017 when I had like a Christ consciousness experience where I was hugged and bawled and told that Buddha was his friend and all these weird things. And it was like a higher self, inner self that woke me up and got me, you figure it out by 2019. I was like, oh, by my birthday. No, my birthday's in January. So no, it was until December of 2019. That's when I chose to leave that church because I saw the Masonic connections. I saw the crazy abusive systems, the lies about food and everything. And as soon as I did that, I started being authentic and genuine. So there's so much of Krishna. Yeah, maybe Krishna. See, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm not for religion because they're all cult mindset to me. I'm about questioning everything. I kind of personally think this whole world's a Truman Show Matrix world. That's personally how I see it. But it doesn't mean that it is or it isn't. I don't hold to one belief because it just doesn't work for me. And I'm not theologian either. I had a theologian friend and she's too religious in her way of theologianism. And so I started to realize, but she didn't realize she was. I realized how important it was to be genuine and authentic to who you are instead of trying to fit in and please everybody. So I'm all about self care, self love, self worth focus. Ever heard of an author, Walter Bond? You know what? I don't know if I've heard of him or not. They bring up a Walter through the spirit box. Pretty successful. Yeah, I guess one of the spirits knows who it is. I'm from ancient times. You claiming to be Walter? I get a Walter that comes in, so you bringing that up, that could be him. I don't know if he's still around or not, but that could be connected to his self. Yeah, so he comes in, he'll say, I'm Walter. So they'll tell me before someone comes in, like a day or two before. So I'm not surprised you're bringing up that name because I've had Walters come through the box. So they prepare me for people's energies that are going to come in before they do. So I can handle what energy is going to show up, the people that bring it with them, and the people that get drawn to them. Goodbye. Anyway, another connection that I've dealt with, here's what's really cool, is I've dealt with experience of quantum entanglement. I've seen the future, witnessed the future experiences before they happen, even seen through my own body and feelings with something else connecting. And so I've dealt with a lot of weird stuff. That's what got me to realize that at first it was scary because I wasn't sure what was going on. Then I learned how, instead of trying to control it or wonder why I was put in this situation, whatever situation I get put in, I just chose to personally handle it through mental and feeling focuses. Meaning, don't let it bother you. Forgive if you ever did, and realize that if you're quantum entangling, how do you know you're not in someone else's body and you think you're in your own? I don't want to screw up their life by just seeing through their body and being able to control it and do something with it as if it's my own. I don't want to do that to them if it's going to endanger them, and I don't know it will. But I realized I need to respond in every response. I had to learn meditation. I had to learn to not react to scary circumstances, even if it's scary. I need to do the right thing in that moment that I would do it in real life if I was them. And so every experience I have in dream experiences of the future or others, I've learned to act like it's the present. And I learned to act with whatever I could consciously do. If I can't, I forgave myself for reacting and not being able to react in my own emotions if I was just reacting in their emotions. Because sometimes I've actually been in them and I've been acting and taking in their own awareness of responses as though they were my own. And I was just like, why am I letting that bother me? Why am I letting me be part of them? And I realized, oh, I'm just feeling what they're feeling so that if I meet them in real life, I'll know how to handle them. I'll be able to inspire them properly rather than not relating to them. So I'm a natural empath. Check out, please, our YouTube. We are publishers in CA. That's awesome, man. It's good to know. Good to know. Yeah, it said, of course. But yeah, I'm all about genuine, authentic behavior. Ghosts. What about ghosts? I just said ghosts. The garden. It said Tara and Sarah. Huh. Or Sam. Yeah, there's some of them that are here for me. We have different vegan spirits to protect me because I know I'm vegan. Stand up for what I stand up for. Yeah, yeah. See, because they brought up the garden and different things. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm all about manifest destiny or vision board focuses, rune code knowledge. I caught on to a lot. Oh, I caught on to a lot. There are words and spells. There are words within words. You're from, okay, Oklahoma. Nice. Or is that okay? Yeah, I'm just from Utah. I used to live in. I grew up in Taylorsville till I was 8 years old from birth, and then we went to the avenues when I was about 10 or 11, and then moved, or well, around 9 to 10, and then by the time I became 11, we were in Layton, Utah, and so I moved around sort of just in Utah from south to almost north area um, of of Utah, basically. Not really southern Utah, more like Midwest or mid South or midern Utah, central Utah, sort of into upper. We're trying to go towards upper, so more central. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Different weird counties, one county to another. Okay, Shadow. What about Shadow? Redwood. I lived in Redwood area, so we were in Taylorsville, and then Redwood was not too far from us. Yeah, so I we lived in the avenues for like a year or so because my dad was a recruiter for Elliot's Business College. He's fully retired now. Years ago, he's in his 80s. He's 83. But no, yeah, my parents both worked for the church growing up. My mom worked for the church office building, like as a data entry person, and then a secretary, and then she's retired as well. Wicked 2 comes out. I know. I'm so excited for that, Brody. I'm so excited for that. Wicked is promoting veganism. Every Wizard of Oz show has always promoted veganism knowledge, the idea of against exploitation. Every Wicked show is promoting some version of it in it because I think one or two of them are vegan in the movie. Yeah. But I know the first two, yeah, the first two Wizard of Oz, they were also promoting. They were also promoting. Um, it's hilarious. Definitely the second movie, but the of Oz, but the Return to Oz was definitely promoting veganism knowledge, and they're always promoting stuff with veganism. Not everything in it, just a few ideas of it within it. Yeah. Share of torture. It was confirming that you can get your nutrients from plants, and they were hinting it in different ways. You don't have to get it from other connections. Yeah. Thank you. They said bless you. They keep blessing me a lot. Appreciate them. Men are flat. Who's flat? You're blessing someone's flat. We want to. They're blessing someone's home. You're flat. I, I would think they're talking about your flat as your home, not something else. So I'm just saying. Uh, yeah, I get different. And her flower. Oh, they're blessing some. Now someone's teasing in a repeat about flower and their flower. Well, that's cool. Their nature, their I don't. They can get spicy, but they usually I tell them to don't be spicy until the twilight level. They just like to be genuine to who and what they are. The news. What about the news? Yeah, news is spell. Sown. New is sown. Sown casters. Newscasters. Sown caster. Anchor. Anchoring you to the spell of the newscaster, of the sown caster. And so when you realize that they're anchoring you to the spell that they're telling you, you realize that words or spells are words within words or vibrations. And so I don't hold on. I don't watch the news. I'll watch alternative stuff or connect with people that bring up most of what's going on without trying to inundate you into the political or corporate system that they're being told to tell people and not giving you the full answer of what really happened. It's, yeah, there's a lot. Crisis actors. Yep, I'm aware. A lot more than people are aware. That's what got me out of the. Yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason I got away from church mentality and cult mindset. If you'd like to, well, you should then. You should start the key. Yeah, I am the key. The key to it is to be authentic and genuine. And to manifest your vision board is just act as if it can. Say it in your mind, focus on it in reality. What you write, what you tell people, do gratitude focuses and genuine, and forgive what you can. And then just focus on that. Yeah, so pray is parry W hit sword. People are like, wait, words are spelled? What about prayer? Prayer is chi, is energy, but it's also parry. It's two swords, two words coming together, creating a spark. That spark creates the one Jo rune of the hit with, so pray with words is parry W hit sword. W is one Jo rune. One Jo is at the end of Mario, which is the flag, the triangle flag. That's it. Get the triangle flag at the top, you get the one Jo. You get the peace and success. And that's what it is. Yeah, and also the Fehu symbol here, this is the one to root. Fehu here is connected to some other awareness that Gandalf puts on Bilbo's door in The Hobbit. He puts it on in the movie, he puts that symbol on there. And he draws what? He brings the dwarves to the door. Why? Because they said they wouldn't have been able to find his home without that symbol glowing. He's like, wait, what? You put a symbol on the door. And that's to tell people you can bring them the knowledge and research they're looking for. They can help you go towards your journey to have the successful journey you're needing. They can get you to have the shelter, the information, bottled water, yeah, something to start their journey or get through their journey to get to their destination. You are the individual. You go to the Fehu symbol is for sovereign. You go to the sovereign gives you the resources and the information. It's not always food and shelter. Sometimes it's just information. But they can definitely get you to food and shelter. They can definitely let you know what to go for and what not to. And then they're the ones that get you on your journey for your game. And yeah, they're the ones that will have everything you wouldn't even know you needed. It doesn't mean they're going to have everything you would want to have. They're going to have everything you need. And you need the Garden of Eden. Need is Eden. Eden is need. It's in the word. Why do you think the garden needs to be guarded? Guard the den of the Eden. Guard the opening, the cave into Eden. You need to protect the garden. You need to be able to have it so that you can take it in and be more healed and provided. It's in all the words. All the words. Yeah, I caught on to a lot of stuff. Yeah, I left the ex religion, the ex church. I'm ex Mormon, so I left the LDS Mormon Church back in 2019 because I found out they lied to me, and they were hiding, and they didn't want to tell me the truth, and they were hiding to other people, and so because of that, I was like, I'm done. That this is evil, what they're a part of, and then the church, the members don't even know that that's what's going on, and even if you show them and tell them, they still aren't supposed to deny it or they're doomed. And they're like, if you deny it, then you're going to be you're going to fall away, like they tell you will happen in the last days. Well, what's funny is the ones that are falling away and starting to be less compassionate and less empathy and genuine are the ones that are still following that whole mindset that they're being led and lying everybody to believe in. It's horrifying because they don't promote empathy and compassion movements all the time. They pretend to. When you finally give them a compassion movement info, they change and they act like they're good, but they're not all consistent. The reason why it's not true to me is because no one's consistent. If they were consistent to their teachings, then maybe there would be truth to it. But if it is harmful, if it's hurtful, then it still wouldn't be. And so no one's on the same page in that belief system. And you would think that if it's a true belief system that would have really good strength, that all of their information would be accurate and not keep changing. So that's the issue. Yeah, because most of the information they claim is religious or from source is actually coming from political agreements that aren't source that they're claiming is source telling them to do it. Where no, they're just following what the system is telling them to do. And what you need to do is supply and demand the compassion and empathy. Hey, Chris. Yeah, so you just need to supply and demand the empathy and compassion. I think I saw you up there. Unless it's someone else. Yep. Sorry, just hanging out. So yeah, so many things, so many things. So there's a lot of that. It's creepy, creepy. So I'm all about deconstruction. So if anybody has any questions on deconstruction and all that, they're all. That was really interesting. That I had a really impressive person. I'm gonna follow that person. They were very nice and they commented, so I'll follow them for now. They're from okay. Wow, fun stuff. All right, I think we're good. So let's start doing 285. How are we doing? 360. Okay, we're going to amplify a frequency. Brody, if you're still here, you're welcome to request a frequency you want me to amplify with 285. What would you like me to do? You've been a really nice supporter, and I appreciate you and everything you do for other people. So what would you like me to hit? Sorry. Someone said sorry. They said one and then sorry. Muscles. Okay. Yes. Yes. I don't blame you, man. Hey, I learned something. So beet juice, tart cherry, and pomegranate. Pomegranate juice. If you can get organic pomegranate juice, you can actually get it from like Great Value or other brands. Just get what you can afford. But I found out if I can't get the the tart cherry, I do the pomegranate, or if I just want to have, I realize what helps your muscles is the tart cherry, but what will help your blood flow and calm down your joints and muscle issues is I noticed what helped me even more is pomegranate. So pomegranate with the beet juice will help your flow because pomegranate's for your heart and it's a very superfood. But then it helps your passion area too for guys. It's a libido healing that we need that for our muscles as guys. So guys with those type of situations, pomegranate's good for everybody, but it helps your heart and it helps your libido. Okay, it helps heal your function and your blood flow. And then the beet juice will help with that too and the flow to get to other places. But when you have the pomegranate with it, it helps it even more. And then the tart cherry. So do all three of those. Awesome. The pomegranate's been helping me when tart cherry hasn't, and it's been calming down my muscle situation. But tart cherry does make your muscles feel amazing. Makes you stronger. Like I've noticed that when I've done tart cherry, I've been stronger. I was like, what is going on? I'm doing juice and all this stuff. How am I able to lift this stuff up? And it's because I also put things in glass containers, and I've been throwing glass containers away and lifting them up a lot and moving and doing that. And I don't do plastic containers, so I'm getting stronger because I'm not doing weak crap containers. I'm holding on to hydroglass containers, and it's making my muscles stronger, not weaker. I'm not holding on to just little plastic containers that have horrible um, plastic toxins in it. I'm doing things that are copper connected or hydroflask or that are vibrational and tuning like. Pretty cool. Glass too. Glass will actually, as long as it doesn't have lead in it or amber, amber depends. As long as it doesn't have lead in it, you should be fine. But when you have that, it clears up anything that was in plastic. You put it in the glass, it purifies whatever it was, and then the sun hits it, and it helps too. It gives you sun energy, so you get purified and sun energy in one, just with a glass container. Pretty cool. Yes, it's a lot more. See, I'm doing. It's a lot more powerful, a lot more potent when you do it that way. But yes, it is heavier, but it's better for you, and it'll strengthen you for doing so. Also, I do these tuning forks, and they actually having to hold them all the time and doing that, it makes my wrist have to do different things, and it helps with me to figure out circulation. Okay, so this is 285 for influences energy field. That's right here. And then 324 is kind of hidden, but it's for muscles and other stuff. It's like right in here. The 324 is this one here, but it's kind of underneath. Can't really see it. Oh wait, no, it's at the top. Strengths the muscles. Yeah. So yeah, it's right here. It's at the top. Strengthens muscles. So yeah, but when I got it and tried to search for it online, I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'm doing 285 right now, Chris. So I'm amplifying 285 influences energy field, and then the muscles will amplify that healing. So I'm definitely doing both of them right now, Chris. 285 is one to amplify another frequency. So Chris, if there's one you'd like me to do after I finish this one, let me know. I'll just amplify another one with, so I'll use the 285 to amplify another one. Because the 285 is always powerful. It just naturally is. You don't need to amplify it. But if you want to, you can do a 285 and use another variation of it, a higher variation of 285, which would be 528 or 852. So they are connected. Just a higher version of its lower connection. Salem. What about Salem? Yeah. You want to know what's funny? As I've been doing this, you know what's happening? My own muscles are strengthening as I'm doing this. So I'm doing the 285. It's strengthening my muscles more as I'm doing. I can feel it. And it will sometimes make your muscles or your joints feel uncomfortable because you're strengthening it. But that's part of the stretching. You know what it means to stretch? So when you're stretching your muscles, you're going to feel some pain, but it's because your muscles are trying to grow and stretch so that it can be stronger. So you're going to feel stretching, but it's just like when you're working out or doing push-ups or things. It makes you have to relax the pain for a little bit after you do it, taking some nice plant protein, because I'm always going to stand up for veganism, taking some healthy superfood ancient grains and all of that, get your correct omega-3s that your body creates and your whole muscles and organs function. You do that and your whole body will be amazing powerhouse and fully toned. No pun intended. Because these are tuning forks tones. So when you think of a toned body, it's a vibrationally matched body. What a tone is. It's a vibration, it's a frequency. So when you're toned, when you're fully toned in your body and muscles, you're fully able to handle and endure whatever comes at you. Here, yeah. What about here? What are you trying to get me to hear? Oh, okay. You want me to? Wow. They said here. They're trying to make you hear it better. That's cool. I'm a protector. You're a protector. Thank you. They said I'm a protector. Yeah, one of them came in here and they just said, "Let's see." They said for me. Said they're a protector for me. Thank you. No, they've been blissing me like all day and all week. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow in the Rising, so I might try to do some stuff tomorrow for my tuning fork and other stuff if I feel I have time. Depends on what they want me to do or what I talk to them about, and what occurs. Because I told them that they're screwing with the heating system and stuff broke again. So they keep doing that in the whole building, and there are elderly and other people that live here, and it's affecting them. So I'm always standing up and letting it be known when it happens, and it's crazy what they're doing and what they're causing. But I've learned to stand up. Okay, so there's that. So Chris, what do you want me to do next? So I'm doing 285. What's their frequency to amplify? 528. Okay, I like that one. That one's the bowl. Let's do this. So we'll do the bowl and we'll do this. The bowl already has its own amplification to it because of the water and other stuff. And I think the spirits also do stuff with it. So here's the bowl, 528 Tibetan seed bowl. So we're going to do the tuning forks here. It was only showing you the one. I had to kind of get you in the camera to soak it around. Hi, how's it going? So yeah, I'm doing the tuning forks right now. Talking about a lot of stuff today. I guess I had another possible ex-Mormon that was in here too. I get groups from different. If you see my whole bio, I'm for deconstruction. I'm a holistic vegan. I have all of these different labels that I do, and spirit box stuff. So I had someone that does spirit box stuff, but also I think is from Utah and knows what I was talking about. They said something that made me laugh because they called it PG Utah, and I just laughed. I just commented my feelings on it. It was pretty funny. Sometimes people are all about you got to be PG, you got to be religious, you got to be this. I'm like, no, 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 no. Let's be spiritual. Let's be genuine. Let's stop being fake and facade. Let's be compassionate. Let's be empathetic. Let's help save the world by supplying and demanding the empathy and compassion in the world. And then the more we do that, the better the world will become. Because we're no longer going to be part of the others. Just like you don't want to support systems that would harm others, why would you want to support things that also harm other sentient beings like us? It's not consistent. Anybody that says that they are empathy and compassionate, if they're not doing veganism knowledge, they're not fully empathy and compassionate. They think they are, but they don't realize that they're supporting something that isn't. And so I'm always going to stand up for empathy and compassion. So I think it's really interesting how people try to do it because they think they're going to get it, you know, and they want to be appreciated. They want to be loved for the good they do and not the bad they do. And it's like, well, here's the thing. You got to supply and demand the good in order to be seen as such. If you don't do that, then of course people have the right to see you as bad. You got to be genuine. And it's not about what other people think. It's about what's right. Does it harm or does it heal? If you're truly compassionate and empathy, you wouldn't be part of it. You'd change immediately, like I and others caught on to and realized. A lot of it is because of cult mindset. People are being decentralized. They're being thinking that they have to do this because they get something out of it, and that's why they have to keep continuing. The more they keep continuing, the more they're just going to keep having the next generation and others connected to them to do the same. And it's like, well, no, they're their own person. Yes, they are, but they're going to follow by your actions and your deeds. You're the one teaching them. You're the one providing for them. You need to be empathy and compassion and teach them that through action and deed, not just by others. But yes, you have to do it based on what you can handle and deal with, but there are ways that you can change and be better. And it's all about having the resources, finding ways. The more people that do that, the better the world becomes. I had a lot of inspiring thoughts earlier today, and it was fun. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I was. Hi, Edward. You've been coming around a few times. So there are good Edwards and there are bad Edwards. I think this one's been a good Edward because he's been coming in and then he's been leaving interesting hints and helps. So I don't know. I think he's Edward from the graveyard I go to. One of them. I don't think he's a bad one. I think he's good. He's good? Okay. It said he's good. They're whispering. You're going to leave? Well, I appreciate the good that you do for others when you do that. Because he comes in, does something, and then leaves. Yeah. He's kind of a wanderer spirit. So there's wanderers that will come in, they'll help, and they'll go. They'll help, and then they go. Pretty funny. You know? So 285 out of 28 is being amplified. So yeah, 285 will influence energy field. 528 will do the repair DNA, but it's actually miracle DNA or DNA miracle. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Or the DNA of your balance. So you got your energy of your DNA of your balance. So your energy for E for 5. 2 is your being or your DNA of your healing or heaven or helix or whatever, which is your 8, which is your balance. So 528 is in there. Every number has the corresponding letter. Every letter has a corresponding different meanings, and every letter is also a rune that has its own meaning as well. Pretty cool. The man scares me. The man scares you? Who's the man that scares you? We'll say sometimes the man scares them. Which man scares you? Spirit. And what's your name, Spirit? Or being that's talking through this? You know what? Sometimes they say that, Brody, when you're around. And I don't know why they say it, but there's sometimes. I'm not aggressive. They're not aggressive. They said this one. Yeah, when they always bring up something about when it comes to you, when you're around, Brody, they say that sometimes. Not all the time, but I've heard one spirit that's always a lady voice that says, "The man scares me." And I don't know if they're talking to you about someone you're connected with. I don't think they're talking about you, but I don't know. They're saying that something about you or connected to you. And they're always saying that. I don't know if they're talking to you and you're asking something and they're responding. It's difficult. It's difficult. They said it's difficult. Banter, because of the banter. They said it's difficult because of the banter. What banter? So Brody, they're saying that something about banter and something about connection. Maybe you're channeling something or aware of something. They said the man scares me because of the banter. I have no idea what they're talking about. This isn't the first time they brought this up. They've said this before, Brody, and I just thought I'd let you be aware. What does that say? That's a cool little emoji. I don't even know what those are. Anyway, yeah, they're doing some fun stuff. Yeah, we're at 1.7K, which is the O negative blood type energy, which is influences energy field. And it's really interesting. Mm, yeah, so cool. Looks like I think I think the Motel 6 is trying to get me to go back to one of their hotels. I went there a few years back to a Motel 6, and that was during my scoot about. And I went there because they were like the cheapest hotel, but it's the first hotel that I've ever went to on my own. I never been to a hotel room on my own ever, but I have a lot of memories growing up with Motel 6, so I wanted to go to one, and they had a really nice tub, and it was a really good connection. What was funny is the motel room was the same number as my building that I live in, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I went to like everyone, yeah, went down to when they were around. They said we need power. Okay, I'll do the wall. But it was It's very entertaining. Just relaxing right there. Okay. So I usually go for about an hour or 2 hours. Try to go for at least two or 90 minutes at least. Yeah. Woo. I enjoy this. You help them? Okay. Now I do the Enya music. Here we go. People are always bringing up Enya stuff. Thank you for promoting that info or for sharing that to me, Brody, on the Enya info. I saw that. I went there. That was pretty cool. And the reason why I like it is because Enya has the 432 in her music. And so, and then the spirits like to whisper through this music. So now that I've done the tuning fork stuff, now I just do the music for the rest. You're welcome. And I go for the music, and then the music brings up some fun stuff. My place is now 78, 79 degrees. It's actually hotter. And that means it's about 81 or 82 degrees in here. Doesn't feel that way right now. But yeah, it's about 80. It's got to be about 90. Could be not 90. It's got to be at least 80 in here. Yeah, and it's like really nice outside. My window's open. There was a storm yesterday, so it was blowing a little bit. Now it's all sunny. It's been really crazy nice here in Utah, more than it's ever been. We're not even getting winter yet, which is really strange for Utah, but not really. Last year we didn't get as much either. But that's what's so weird. We're in November. We're not even in December yet, and usually we start getting winter weather. Of course, I've heard that snow is not even really supposed to exist, and that heaven on earth we're supposed to have nice weather all the time. We're never supposed to have that. We're supposed to allow trees and everything to grow all the time in some more. It's like interesting. So snow is not natural. Someone's creating it or making it happen. A tunnel? What about a tunnel? They brought that up a few times. They brought it up earlier today, and it was when I was using a funnel to pour my drink in, um, and to get it in the bottle so it doesn't spill everywhere as much, and just makes it easier to pour it. I think it's really interesting. I use it for both liquid and for powdered stuff so that it doesn't spill everywhere. I'm really good at that. I have another one that I can use for like car or something else on the go, but that one's for that's yeah for vegan. That's for on the go traveling, so that I don't have to. I might bring this other one with me, but the other one eventually is mostly utilized if I ever had a car or need to utilize it for oil or something or vehicle. They just said vegan, it's very quiet. That's funny. Okay, so it's all about genuine, authentic behavior. What about to graduate? I've also been watching Yu-Gi-Oh again. I'm thinking, of, thank you, Brody. Yeah, it definitely was something I would be interested in. Her castle and her everything, how she has like a nice location away from everybody. I don't blame her. 852? Okay. I just saw you say 852. Let me do that. Sorry, I didn't see it until now, Chris. Yep. He says, I just. Yeah, Serge is saying, yeah, all about 50. Yeah, they want me to do it. For Sam, no of you. So now we're doing 282, which will influence energy field to attract your soul tribe. Oh, your fortune? Yeah, I can help with your fortune, sure. It can go that direction. Because 285 adding up to 852 can definitely add up to a variation that does that. Yes. That's interesting. 10 is 4. Yeah, it's like a 147 variation too. Wow. I did not know that that's what that would do. That would add up to a 3 variation. It does. It said if you do it together, it does do that effect. Okay, good to know. Like a river, like a flow. They're bringing up. They're bringing up about the flow. They're bringing up about abundance. They're saying fortune. It will bring fortune, good fortune, and you and you. That's awesome. Thanks, spirits. What about birthday? My birthday is not until January. Oh, they're talking that they like. Oh, Brody, they say they like your. They like the emoji with the birthday hat on it. They said we do, we do. They said it was smart. They're complimenting you, Brody. They said you're mine. They're, they're complimenting your mind thought process that got you to post that emoji. They said close. Yeah, they're complimenting the emoji that you put there. Oh no, what about last night? I don't know why they're doing that, but that's funny. They said you're close. You're close. They said get a girl. I don't. He has a girl. I don't. But yet anyway, I think she comes through and talks to me, and the act as if she does. And it's possible. What about Bert? Bert and Ernie? He's also stuff. Medikite. I'm saying Metatron too. Who's Bert? Deliver them. When I think Bert, I think of Bert and Ernie. What? Why do you bring? He's awesome, Sam. He said he's awesome, Sam. To you. They said to you, Brody. They're saying you're awesome. They're saying positive stuff. I think you got some family or something coming up. I don't know who Bert is. So website choice. They said, "How's your wife?" Yeah, Brody. This is definitely beings that know you. They said, "How's your wife?" You should. Plentiful. See, they're being very helpful today. In the restroom, one of them, president and all. You're very welcome, Chris. I'm just multitasking right now. Sorry if I don't see your responses until after. I'm just so focused on the different things they're saying. Butcher. Well, no, not into that. Not into that. No thanks. Into seafood. Yeah, not into that either. Yeah, we'll do the both. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff for in the lobby. Yeah, I'm for. Oh, you're saying that there's someone put some stuff downstairs in the lobby or at the door. Yeah, sometimes people put stuff that I don't go for, and they try to give it to anybody that wants it. Yeah, there's people that will give like canned food or different things, and I don't go for that stuff. Interesting. Two. Yeah. Yeah, people do that now, man. I'm 28. Yes. Whoa. Somebody just whispered yes to me. What was that about? Who just said that? Amen. You were hung? Oh, hey, Anna. Is that you? Yeah, it's Anna. Anna's Victoria's Secret model, supposedly that hung herself, and I don't know what this is even. She claims to be one. She says, I was an angel in LA. I said, are you Victoria's Secret? Like, yeah. She lived life to the fullest. She enjoyed her life. She likes to come and flirt with me sometimes. Um, she's she's interesting. Still together? Someone's still together with someone? You missed me? They said I missed you. My name? I missed you by name. You do a lot. You missed me by name. My Samuel Spirit connection that I bring up. I'm Samuel Durbidge. Is my full name. Samuel Stephen Durbidge. Okay, she's definitely whispering through the music. Someone missed me. Is that supposedly my soulmate trying to whisper through? You get it now. Okay. Johnson. Johnson. What's the first name? They said their last name is Johnson. Sorry to bother you. No, it's okay. As long as you're peaceful and a good being, I'm not worried. Had a night, an all problem to get my man. Small problem to get your man. Two. Who's Johnson? What's the last? What's the first name? I knew a few different Johnsons. Big Shane. Yeah, everything's connected. I agree. Playing? Oh, you're over by the music box? Hi. Yeah, that's going off like crazy over there. As soon as I talk about it, though, it stopped. Because I said hi, they were trying to get my attention. I guess they're playing and having fun. Nice to meet you. Well, what's going on? Someone came here and started playing the music box and they wanted me to say hi, so I did. And then they stopped for a moment to say hi to me, and then they went back to playing the music box. Oh, what's going on? Oh, this is why I do this. It's fun. You never know what's going to occur. Your name's Erica. Erica Johnson? So it's an Erica Johnson. And something about getting their man. So is that your man playing the music box? I'm guessing. Oh, you doing it too? They said they're doing it too for the music box. I just heard. I can sometimes hear what they say through the music response that they're saying, as if I can. Okay. Ever since I've done this, my abilities have amplified, so I hear different things. So it's hard to completely hear what they're saying. The file. They said hit the file. It's not a file. It's a shooting port. Help me do it. He said, I'll help you do it. Hit the file. You want me to hit the bowl? Yeah, I think they're telling me to hit the bowl. Buddy, now they're calling it a file. A student? They said, hit the file. The file. The bowl. They think this is a file. It's not quite a file. It doesn't look like a file completely. I get why you would get it confused as one. Tina store. Guess not. Guess not. Fearful. Someone's fearful. That's funny. All right. So I think we got the 852 out of the way. We amplified that one. Holy crap! It's getting hot in here. have a doctor's appointment with them tomorrow. They said, have you told housing? Yes, I've told them. They don't do it unless you give them a note for them to correct the cooling and heating. The only way they're going to correct it is they'll bring in a portable thing like they did before to correct the bad heat that's happening. And so it's really one of those things. The sun, yeah. Curse? Nah, I don't worry about that. Sometimes I feel like cursing, but I don't do it in a bad way. If I'm going to swear, it's going to be for a positive meaning, not for being rude. Sometimes I say it to be rude, but not meaning it to be rude, because anytime I say it, it's going to be the positive word, whether I mean the other or not. And so I'm always trying to manifest destiny. So I've learned to set boundaries with myself, even if I really am pissed. I'm going to say something that can be so powerful to counter the evil. Even if I'm mad, I have the right to be mad. I have the right to feel that way, but I don't need to inundate their energy and add on to it. I can counter it, even if it's a dangerous, which it is, and it has been. Most people would be screaming and yelling and cussing people off right now with everything I've gone through, if they went through it. They would. They'd be pissed and they'd be upset and they'd be telling everybody. And they'd be complaining forever instead of doing a solution. And I found a way to do a solution, even though if anybody else was put in this situation, they would be pissed. Brody, if you were put in this situation, you'd be pissed. If John or others were put in this situation, they'd be pissed. They wouldn't put up with it. And yet, I'm not you guys. I don't have the abilities and the connections you all have. I have my own connections, and this is a political, crazy, religious state, and they pretend they care and do the other. So I've had to be my own advocate. I've had to be my own stuff, because even when I try to tell those who claim they'll be there, they're not. So it actually empowered me, though. It made me stronger. It made me better. But it's still not what should be. It's not about me. It's about people that are doing it to in the whole building. And why everybody's allowing that and ignoring it is because of the bad habits. Because of more of the cult mindset of where it's what do you call it? Cognitive dissonance. Everybody has cognitive dissonance. If it's not them going through it, even if it's a family member, they're going to not be able to relate unless they're there to witness it. This is how it is. So I've taken proof, I've proven it. No matter what proof you give, they still won't do it. So, and it's because they are taught to be the corruptness. So I got it to the right group that is supposed to correct it and has, but they're still taking their time now. So I don't know what's going on, but they know how I feel. They know what's happening. They told me to let them know when this occurs, so I have. Yeah, I just did what they told me to do, and then I let it, and then I figure out other solutions. Books. Yeah, if I knew about this situation before moving here, I would have tried to save up money or ask for somebody to provide me enough funds to get a cooling system to counter theirs, which would be 500 plus to do that, and to get the need to counter their system all year round. I would need that system, and then what do you call it? Some kind of warranty on it or something to maintain it so that it can. And I would need it in 2 different rooms. So it'd be $1,000. So I need 50 in one room, or 500 in one room and 500 in others. So I've had Josiah and other beings help, and they've helped me, and they've shifted me out of the Lord or others, shifted me out of timelines and stuff because of the lack of the other being helping. So I've been asking them to do more to financially provide so that I can counter, but all they've really been choosing to do is healing, which is still nice, and I appreciate what I can get, but I do believe that there should be more. So that's why I don't believe or disbelieve. So we did. Okay, well, good. Do even more, because you know what's going on. To nuke. Yeah, it's sad. They continue to nuke. It's not good. Flowers. Yeah, but it's taught me a lot of things I never would have caught on to if I didn't go through it. So I'm glad I went through it to learn the things I learned about food that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't get told it. And I had to find a way to counter, and it's awesome. So I learned beet juice, pomegranate, and tart cherry. I learned beet juice, then tart cherry, and I already knew about pomegranate, but I wanted to mix pomegranate juice with beet juice to see what it would do, and it helped when tart cherry didn't always help. And pure beet juice wasn't helping enough. My body was helping to a certain degree for a while, but now it's needing more of something else, so it's getting me to do a more combo so that the full connection that it's supposed to happen can happen. Let's sit and talk. What do you want to sit and talk about? We're at 2.1K. Now, this live's not as popular as my other ones usually get, but it's okay. I don't think everybody can tap all the time, and I don't want to tell everybody they have to. But yeah, no, my other ones I got up to like, I think one of them got up to 41 point something for my Twilight the other day. So I get stuff that goes up to 60. It'd be awesome if I could get up to 100K. If I could get 100K, I would love that. Okay. Especially if it's 144K. If it was 144K, that would be even better. 44K of angels that we're all supposed to individually have. So everybody's supposed to biblically be told that we have 144K of angels within our cells. Everybody has a league of angels or league of guardians of 144K each. Everyone has 144K each of that chooses to call upon them is up to them. They can call upon them. But if they're calling on them for the wrong reasons, they're not going to get them. They're going to get the bad ones. So just because you have 144K doesn't mean that they're all necessarily good, depending on your vibe. Your vibe will call on the facts in your with. Okay? So, but what's interesting is, yeah, it's powerful. 5, couple of months, 5. Is that Edgar Allan Poe or a different one? It says I'm good, Edgar. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're getting a lot of good eds that are coming in, not the bad ones. We're getting good ones. Really, that's new. I've been getting that all day today, and it's been really. They haven't stayed very long. I think because they're scared, or because people judge the name Ed a lot, and it's because there's a lot of bad Eds out there, and so they don't. No one can really tell who the bad ones are the good ones, but you can by the vibe. That girl, that grove, that girl. What about the grove and the girl? Yeah, so I have pomegranate juice and beet juice in this one. And I've been planning on doing a combo of all three and see how all three help. It's just that it would be a lot of resources to do three of them. But I have three of them. Keep going. Mm. Well, I usually go until 3. I can go until we can try to go. We go for another. We go for 45 more minutes. It would be 20. Yeah, it'd be about 3:30 something. Probably 3:33. We could go to 3:33. Hey, doesn't matter. We don't have to though. Morning. I love this. Yes. What about that? Okay, so we have one follower on. YouTube. That's probably me. Though. And what's interesting is the camera on the YouTube and Facebook right now, because I am filming that. It's showing a light because of the sunlight, but they said it's with you. Yeah, they're showing my energy, my aura. Hey, Clay Mason, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing, Clay? Or Ash? How are you doing? Thanks for the heart me. What have you been up to? I'm good. I'm just chilling right now. Talk to the spirit. It's pretty hot in my place though, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm enjoying. Got the got the Enya music on because 432 likes to come through the music and the spirits like to whisper through the music. Did you get the tune for it? I did a long time ago, and I told you I got it a long time ago. I have it right here. So I got it for. I don't have the angel ones yet. I have to try to get the angel number ones. Thanks for reminding me about that. Even though you didn't, I don't know if you meant to on that one. But yeah, I have the 243 right here. I've had it for years, for a while now. And I love that lady. She's a wonderful lady. I love anybody that's supporting any USA companies because you know, especially if it's in my own state or other places though. But she's a wonderful lady. And you got me too, and I still remember that, and I appreciate you for that. But yeah, 243. It's right here. There, I'll even hit it. Still works pretty good. So there's the 243, and I even confirmed the sound with an emulator. It definitely does. Her business, I think I have the card somewhere, but it's SWB256. S is in Sam, W is in one Joe or one, and B is in boy. So S for Sam, W is Wendy, B is in boy, 256. It has kind of, I think that's the company name. So if you look up SWB256, that's connected to her. And I think it's really interesting. Yeah, SWB, yes. I recall. Yeah, it's etched on the back of it. You can't really see it, I don't think, but it's etched on the back of it. But yeah, no, she's a wonderful. I haven't bought anything from her for a while, but if I ever choose to, she would be someone I'd go for. But I would want to go for all of the angel number ones. I'd want the 111, 222, 333, and up of all every number. Blissfulness, yes, that's what I would want. The spirits want that too. Yes, I do want that one. That whole set. That'd be like the coolest thing if I could get the angel numbers set of tuning forks. Yeah, those would be definitely ones I want to have. And then, but I'd have to find another place to put them. I'd have to put another table here, and I think I have a folding table. I'd have to put that one up somewhere, and I'd have to put it right by here and do it. That's what you think? Yeah, I could put it over there. No, I could put it right there. But yeah, I would need more room to do all of them. Hey, child of the light. I've been continuing on my journey as well. A lot of healing this year. Good for you, Ash. I'm glad that you're figuring yourself out. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we're all going through, and everybody's going through them different times. I'm all against cult mindset because I was LDS Mormon and I'm ex-Mormon, and I woke into different things, and it got me to do better in life. I'll get you. And so when I learned to be genuine and authentic and not fake and facade, it made me better. So I do the self-care, self-love, self-worth, and then being genuine, doing things that bring me joy, the map of consciousness, and the frequencies are just part of that. So I have a whole new bio, and you can read the whole bio. I'm all about deconstructing and setting up deconstruction methods. I've talked to people worldwide that have reached out to me that told me to let people know things, anybody that meets me. And they said, we wish there was more people like you that would genuinely do it to anybody. That's what I do. So I'm all about reaching people when they're ready. I let them come to me. I don't always go to them. Yeah. The little girl likes me, or likes who? You talking to me or to her? It said the little girl likes you. I know that there are little girls like me because I'm sweet. They said you do a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I've helped a lot of single mothers in life. And there's always, and some of them have daughters, and I was there for them and wouldn't let me leave because I was so nice. Yeah. Yeah, what little girl? What's her name? She's a ghost. They're saying in her 80s. The mom. They said the mom a little. They said the mom. It's interesting. The mother in their 80s. I don't know if there's anybody in their 80s. My mom's like 81, she'll be 82 in February. I don't know. They're bringing up different stuff. If it resonates with any of you, they could be talking to anyone, you know. Sometimes they talk to people multiple. Huh. Yeah, I know there's an Annie spirit that likes to come around. From Utah? Can you tell I'm from Utah? What about attack? Attack from the robot? What are you talking about? The Fred? They said attack the robot. Oh, that's funny. The wedding? I don't know. We're doing some. I'm doing 243, which is the common peace tone. That's the rare one. It cost me like 40 something. It was like $50, $50 currency to get it when I got it. Yeah, I had to custom make it, and it was like $50, which is better than not finding it anywhere. Others who claimed to try to give you wanted to like charge someone like 1,000 for one that was one decimal point off, and he tried to claim that that was the one. It was a deception, and I was like, that's a deception. That was one thing off, and I told the guy, and then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I think someone was trying to trick me, and they said it was a deception back then. And he was being nice about it, but some people will be nice and try to deceive you. And I don't know whether he was or wasn't, but I was able to get the right one because of Clay, because of Ash, and others who were genuine about it. So, yeah, it's nice. So I cherish this. And the lady that makes these, she said she has hers and they last for 20 years or more. She says she still has a set that hasn't even gone bad. So they make it to last. Yep, everybody does. We all connect, even if we're different in different energies or beliefs. We get drawn to each other at different time to help each other when we're individually ready or needing it. So everybody sends everybody to everyone, but it doesn't mean that we're going to fit on everything. But it's to get to where we'll all be able to, if we're willing to listen and with our heart spark, I call it. Hey, I think, is it trying to invite Deborah or is Deborah here? Hey, Deborah, are you watching out in the. Welcome. Anyway, yeah, it's always fun. Here for you. There's a lot. Gets fun. 528. Ooh, we're at 2.3K. So 2.3K. And just make sure you get your points up here and drop down. And if it's not letting you do a gift box thing down below, I think it is now. But if it doesn't let you do down below gift stuff, then just make sure that you can go in here and you can actually do the drop down and press the gift there, and it'll pull up all of them and you can go through them all. I noticed how you can do it. When it wasn't letting you do the gifting down there, I found a cheat to where you could go in here and go in the drop down and press that, and then I could gift what I wanted to gift them rather than whatever they were trying to promote. So you can also do it through the gift gallery and do that for them as well. So just make sure you get the points. It's really fun. Thank you, Clay. It's very kind of you. But yeah, you can definitely do that. And there's different things that you're able to do. But yeah, you can actually do that. And then when you do any gift, you still get a point for every gift you do. So any gift that someone does, it does a point for every gift. So you want to make sure you keep getting those for every gift you do. You get 1 point for each on top of what you're already gifting. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Is her take? Whose take? Don't you think? Four? Yeah, the 24. Yeah, that was good. That was really nice of her. Say who wants? What does say who wants? Say who is a being that fights evil, that goes against evil. That's who say who is. Hi, how's it going? Say who's trying to talk to me. What's going on, Say who? I'm awesome. Oh my word, this is awesome. Well, you're awesome too. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. Say who, you're sweet. So yeah, say who goes against evil, and say who just supposedly say who just told me I'm awesome. They said off to bed to someone. We heard you too. They're trying to tell someone you're off to. They're trying to tell someone to go to bed. I don't think it's bedtime for anybody right now, unless people are like 2 hours ahead of me and it's almost five. If people go to bed at six, I don't think everybody goes to bed at six, depending on unless they need a mid nap. If they need a little bit of a nap because of being a child. Door. What about door? You think new one? It said door. You think something about a new one? Not long. Your roommates. They're talking to one of you or more. Oh, where? It said your roommates, your door. The new one. Maybe they're talking about a past experience with roommates or some other connection. You know. They said yeah, you'll know. That brings up some thoughts about me and somebody I knew in college and situations with a door. That's what you thought? Huh. Interesting. Well, if you are one of them, you're just going to have to tell me what your name is if you are them, so I can know if that's who you're claiming you are. Because I don't know if they're still in this life or not. No, some fun stuff. I think they scared some people off. So Clay, thanks for being here. It looks like he took off or someone did. Chris and Child of Life, thanks for still being here. Yeah, Clay was the one that she's come around. I haven't seen her in a while, but she's come around and she was the one that got me to get the tuning fork. She just needed to know the name of it, and so I told her the name of the company, SWB 256. Wonderful lady. Was her name Lori that I worked with, or someone else? You're only eight. Someone said someone said shit, and then that they're only eight. Never looked. Yeah. So this right here is 243 tuning fork that I got, the custom made one. You can't get it anywhere else. You have to get someone to custom make it. I was listening and looking up Angel tuning forks. Yeah, so Chris, Angel number tuning forks, I would love a whole set of them that would be similar to the ones I have that don't have the. I don't want the clamp things on them. I just want ones like this that are all 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 666, 777, 888, and 999. I'd want all of those. So I'd want a whole set of those. And those would be a pretty good amount on other things right now to take care of my cooling and needs. So, yeah, but that I would love to have. That's one that I want to have. Is yeah. So if I can get the angel number tuning for it, those are the ones I would love to go for. Yeah. Anybody that wants to tell anybody else that knows me, you're welcome to tell them that. But yeah, I'm honest to everybody. I don't hide things. If I don't want people to know, I usually don't bring it up. Um, but the only time I would do that is if it was like for safety or for financial situations. I don't want people out of my accounts or other things, just like no one else would. So for me, I'm pretty honest about everything else. The little girl likes you. What little girl likes who? They keep saying the little girl likes you. Who do they like? Can you say who you're talking about? Me or someone else? If they if they unalive you, ascending room. Is that the little girl likes you? Something about ascending room. You'd spark my curiosity to look into learning more about them. Yeah, Chris, they're called solfeggio or solfeggio frequencies. You want to look into solfeggio or solfeggio frequencies? 3, 6, 9, and 2, 2 and 3. Three 2 and 3 is the answers to the universe, according to Nicholas Tesla knowledge. So if you look into vibration, frequencies, and sacred geometry, solfeggio frequencies connected to Nicholas Tesla knowledge, energy knowledge that even Albert Einstein brings up, and more. Hey Thor, yeah, today's Thor's day. Today's Thor's day, so it's the Thursday, so it's Aquarius Day, but it's also Thor's Day. Stay out of the woods. He's, Thor is saying stay out. Someone's saying stay out of the woods. I don't know if it's Thor that's saying it. But someone said stay out of the woods. I think someone came in with Thor, or they're telling Thor to stay out of the woods. Maybe they're teasing. Are you joking about the? Yes, you are. They're joking about the movie Avengers. This is someone messing with the plot. Stop, weirdos. Anyway, go to bed, little children. Medicine. Anyway, so what's interesting is they were talking about Avengers. So what it says kind of was the Avengers. Stay out of the woods, because when he hit the shield, he caused the woods to go. Oh. Do you know what would be cool? I wonder if the woods that they took out, maybe that was where they ended up choosing to put the Avengers location. Maybe they took out all those trees. Maybe Tony Stark bought that land where they took all those trees out. Because if you look at it, it was right by different locations that kind of remind you of where he put the Avengers compound later. I'm not talking about in the middle of the city. That was different. Not the tower. Not that. The location where it was somewhere out of nowhere, right by water. And if you remember, there was mountain and water right by where Thor and Loki and them were. So it makes me think, hey, they took out all those trees. Maybe he finally took that land because he now just bulldozed stuff so he can build. Well, it's possible. That's just a theory that I have. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just a theory I have. Just thought of it just now. Hi, Gilbert. Who's Gilbert? You're lonely? Gilbert's lonely. I'm sorry, Gilbert. Why are you lonely? There's some funny spirits. Some that are just trying to get heard. Sometimes I get the spirits that no one wants to talk to, and they come to me because I'm genuine. This is secret. Don't tell them that. What? Why? Well, I'm used to this in my life. I always get the people that when they've tried to go to everybody else first, and no one listens to them, they end up finding me and going for me. I'm always the last that everybody goes to because I accept anybody genuinely as long as they're not rude or disrespectful. So when anybody tries to do good or tries to do it and no one's helping, they know the one person that would try would be me. And so I've had people that even pushed me and physically and other things, and I still let them back in my life when I heard that they need help and their daughter needed help, even when they treated me before. But I still set boundaries with them for my safety and theirs, but not to try to dominate over them or anything. I'm not for that. But I told them what I'm about, and they tried to pretend to be like me so they can get the help. And I could tell what they were doing, but because they were genuinely doing that, I then taught them. I let them stay. I let them watch certain things, got them to wake up, and they started to bawl. They said, "But I'm so used to doing this other, I didn't know I could do this." And they changed because I was teaching about Celestine Prophecy, Book of Movie Knowledge, where I had them watch that, help them watch the documentary The Secret in my place, help them watch all of it. I said, let me teach you what I'm about. Let me teach you about vision words. Let me teach you what I am. Anybody that comes in my place, I teach them it. I've taught it to, yeah, I've gotten deeper. I've taught it to nurses, nurse aides, and others because I have a self-care feng shui atmosphere here. Anybody that comes in here, I teach them it. I tell them what it is. I get them to know. It's all on my wall. It's everywhere. I display it everywhere, not hiding anything, letting them know what I'm about, letting them know why. And it gets people to go, wow, like I didn't know I could do this. And something gets too hard for them to do it because they're so used to doing this other. But now that everybody's given up on them, they now are getting someone who won't, that will teach them how they don't need to give up on themselves, even if others choose to. And then when you come together with others that won't do that, you amplify each other's energy to counter those that are doing that to others. So when you start doing that and you stop being fake and facade in every atmosphere, it's better. It's not about quantity, it's about quality in the heart spark. People want people to be a certain way, and I want everybody to just be their full self. Be genuine, start being empathy and compassionate to all beings. That's all that needs to be done. And when we do that, it is important. When we do that, we create a better world and we stop all the things that we've been complaining about and what everybody else is complaining about. When you, by actually doing something. And so that's why I do what I do. Hmm. No, thank you, Spirit. But I'm loving this. The beet juice and the pomegranate are helping a ton with my situation lately. I'm going to bring this up to the doctors tomorrow. When I talk to them on the phone tomorrow, Rising, I'm going to tell them. Hers, go whisper. Yeah, they're going to call me. Still have to. Color. Still have to do color. Oh, you want me to color my vision board? I could try coloring it. I could color it. I don't know if I want to color it. I like what it is. Pick any. Yeah, they want me to color. Malediction. Yeah, I don't really feel like I want to color. I love the sketch the way it is. Um, there's a lot of fun stuff. What about malediction? It just said something about hers. It said go deeper, hers. We're talking to one of you, and then something about malediction. Go deeper, hers, malediction. What about go deeper, hers? They could be talking to one of you. More. You want me to do the bowl? Okay. Hold on. Yes. Okay. I will. Hold on. They whispered it to me too. I said yes. Your income. Said some. I am Salem. What about Salem? Okay, so this is 528 Tibetan Seed Bowl. It has water in it. Himalayan Celtic salt is mixed within it. It looks like it's taking a little more highlight and some turquoise to it. I'm going to show you. Time slip. Yeah. So here's an update. So this is it. It's doing it, but I can't pull it or else it's going to leak. What about the update? Update what? The mop. What about the mop? 9-0. We got about 15 minutes or a little less than 15 minutes. And then I'm going to head out. We're at 2.6K. Thank you for those who have tapped or not. It's interesting. I chose to do this live stream because people requested it last time in my Twilight. I was like, okay, someone requested it. Like I said, all that people need to do is request that they want me to do one, and then I'll go and do one. And since I saw that people wanted it, that's why I'm here. I made the time. I put in the effort so that I could let it be known that it's here. And there was guides or others that were coming in, and Diane was telling me that they were requesting it. I was like, oh, they're requesting it? Okay. She was telling me that for people were saying stuff. And so Child of the Light, Margaret, she was telling me that you and her were talking about stuff, and she told me things and let me know. Enid. And then I wasn't seeing all the comments because all the comments were being filtered. So you both were seeing comments that I didn't see. Because sometimes the way the TikTok works is they'll filter to those who are mods. They'll filter certain comments to the mods, and some of them I won't see. But I would hope that the mods would tell me what's there. And I don't think Diane knows that I don't always see all the comments. I tried to tell her that they don't always show us, they show some of you the comments instead of us seeing what comments are there, so I don't always see who's responding. And it's only because I filtered blocked certain people for safety, so it's filtering anybody with similar words or connections to those blocked people. So I feel bad that TikTok kind of does that with people, but they're doing it as a protection thing. That's why it's good to have mods if you can have mods, because then they'll see stuff you don't see, so you can know if someone's good or not through them telling you. It's like a collective thing. I don't know why TikTok does it that way, but you would think that they would let the person of the channel see all of the comments, but they don't, which is very disrespectful for that to be that way. I should be able to see all of the comments. that if my mods are seeing so, unless I have them blocked. It could be that I have them blocked, but they're blocked. They shouldn't be even in the live. They shouldn't even be able to see it. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But I just thought I'd let you know that I've seen that when I first started doing TikTok. I was a mod for other people, and I saw the pattern. And they weren't seeing certain stuff, and I noticed that I wasn't seeing certain stuff that some others were, and all I got was some comments are being filtered due to the experience for the live, because I think they were trying not to mess with the live streamers' emotional response. I think they wanted us to be in good standings, and if there's someone that was saying some rude stuff, they didn't want to trigger those who are choosing to go live, to be respectful to us. So what we don't see can't hurt us, kind of thing. Yeah. Kind of a weird concept, and I get some of the idea of it, but I prefer to know so that I can set my boundaries efficiently. Because if I don't know someone's secretly doing that, then how am I supposed to stop them if they're secretly in the background? But if they're doing something that's nice and not bad and they're an ally, then why would I want to not see their comments? So some comments get filtered that don't make any sense, that are okay. And it's almost like they're trying to stop us from having connections with people. And so I've seen that happen not, as well. I've seen both. And so I think it can be good and it can be bad. It's a crazy algorithm thing. And it's been better than past, but it's been weird again. And so that's what was happening last time. So when you were wondering why I wasn't responding to certain things, it's because some of them I wasn't seeing. And then when Diane told me over the phone or other stuff that there was certain stuff, yeah, I didn't filter comments. TikTok filters them. I just filter them by blocking or muting certain people, and because they've been muted or blocked, they will filter comments connected to similar words that those individuals have said, so that if there's any other accounts doing the same thing they're doing, it will filter those. That's how it filters. So we can filter by putting certain words that we want filtered. I don't do that. I only mute and block that then automatically filters. I don't put filtered words in like others do. I can, but I haven't. So no, it's TikTok filtering, not me. Or the mods put filtered words in that I didn't know they put in, and they're the ones that filtered it. So previous mods filtered certain things because I had vegan mods at one time, others that were vegan like me that would filter stuff. And then they stopped being around me because of some drama that was in that situation. And I stood up for what was right towards a mother and a daughter situation that another vegan was targeting or doing things to them, and it was wrong. And so I stood up and did the right thing that everybody else was choosing not to, because I wasn't for cult mindset. Because I already dealt with cult mindset and I wasn't going to deal with that again, no matter what movement I'm in. And so I had to set boundaries. And then I ended up meeting you and others after them or around the same time. And then it's so weird. I'm like one of the only vegans, there's a couple of vegans, I'm one of the only vegans that I'm aware of that doesn't do any form of cult mindset at all, purposely. I won't do any of it purposely. If I do it accidentally, that's because I don't realize I'm doing it. Generally, I don't. I stay away from it, and if I realize I'm doing it, I get away from it. You don't need to put up with that cult stuff. Yeah. So I get away from the cult mindset of all religions and groups, but I'm not against people that choose to be in one. I just want people to recognize that they need to change what their belief system is doing, but they also need to realize what their belief system is connected to. And they don't know that. They don't know the history of those connections. And it's funny, even a religious friend, not really that religious, but he even said that in the Bible, he showed me, in the Bible dictionary, he showed me, he's like, it even says what a cult is in the Bible. I was like, seriously? And he says, yeah, religious. If you're being religious, then you're a cult. If you're a religion is a cult. I was like, wait, the Bible says that? Holy crap. Like in the Bible dictionary, of course, in the King James version, I'm guessing, it brings up what a cult is. And it says, like, in religion. I was like, what? The definition of a cult is religious? Religion? What religion is a cult? And like, I don't know if it's religion or cult that it says, but he confirmed it. I was like, yeah, it says it right in there. Anybody that's being a certain form of group or ritualistic connection and not spiritual. Yeah, I didn't know that either, Child of Light, and I haven't really looked to know, so this is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. According to him, he looked at this and it said that. I was like, wait, well, it makes sense because in other definitions it does say that, but in the Bible dictionary saying it. So I've looked at it to certain points, and he said, yeah, it's right in there. He says if you look up religion or if you look up it or cult, it says it there. So I don't know which one it's under, but I'd have to go look. I always saw the Pharisees as fake. Yeah, and then in the Mormon church, there was another term called the priest of Noah. So the priests of Noah were just like the Pharisees. So we were always focused on knowing about the Pharisees, but then the priests of Noah. But the problem is the church itself are their own priests of Noah and Pharisees. And so but some of their scriptures tell you not to do that, but they pick and choose which ones they want to listen to. It's crazy how much it contradicts each other left and right, and it's not consistent. That's why I stopped being religious and stopped being part of religion because of others' religion. I became my own minister for my own belief. So I'm as if I'm my own religion just so that I can marry and teach people things, not to say you got to do this to be saved, because I don't believe in that. I believe in my own belief. So I became my own belief, and that's what I am. Yeah, I've seen that. So I brought that up to a lot of people about cult mindset and how you should change that way of approach and do something more genuine. It's crazy though what they've done. But I really don't want to have to marry anybody, but I can if I need to, but I don't really want to. Just because I don't trust the whole marriage system. And um, because I'm not against marriage, I'm just not for that structure of the different credentials you have to get certain privileges and rights. Cemetery. What about the cemetery? Like unalive certificates, all of that. Like I'm not for any of that. Engineer. They're saying Frank from the cemetery. Okay. So it's okay, so Frank is one of the spirits from the cemetery. Frank, what's your last name? There's a Bobby, a Francis, and a Frank. And they said cemetery. I guess we got different spirits coming from the cemetery. Whole bunch of them. Bobby, Francis, and Frank. Huh. How are you all doing? Uh, Go ahead and tell me how you're doing. He said, I don't know what they're saying. Wow. And it's pretty hot in my place right now. I may have to take a bath before I go and do the Twilight live stream today. You should? Okay, they said valid, you should. Yep, I'll do that. They said something about, should I do salad too? I gotta look into salad. Yeah, we got like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. You unalive suddenly. I was thinking of going until 3:33. You unalive suddenly. I'm sorry. Bless you. I was a Pharisee. Yeah. And I also didn't like Child of the Light. I used to like the Good Samaritan story until I started looking at the context of it. When I started constructing different miracle stories or service stories, I started to realize that there was holes in the story. So one of the stories within it was Christ talking about the Good Samaritan. There's a guy, and I've seen cartoon versions of it in my church that I'm in, called Living Scriptures and all of that, and I used to love them, and they would bring up more positive stuff than the church teaches, even though they are part of the church. And I thought it was interesting watching them because they basically make it more lovey-dovey to the children in Living Scriptures than it actually really says in the story. But one of them was it showed him with his wife and that he didn't needed to pay taxes. His wife tried to tell him, please don't go. He says, but I have to. I got to go do this. So he went and did this, and this is a story Christ was bringing up as a parable to people. And he went on the robber's road. He got robbed, naked, and beat up, and he was, knocked out, just laying there on the road, probably naked and afraid and knocked out. And someone saw him and saw that he was still alive and the other Pharisees saw him, and they walked around him and got away from him instead of helping him. And then another, and he was a Jew like them, they were the same people, but they avoided him. And then another saw, and he walked on another road. So one walked around him, and then another just walked away on another road, far, far away. And then they asked about how wonderful they are and how amazing they are to everybody, and chatting at the inn, talking about how awesome they are for being Pharisees, how amazing they are, how beautiful their service type people they are. So they were lying to people, but they didn't help this individual. Good book. Yeah. So Lucille, hi. And so basically within it, they all of a sudden, the Good Samaritan, who's not Jewish, he's a Samaritan, went and helped a guy who's a Jew, of none of his people within the story context, grabs him and helps him. He puts him in an inn, pays for his comfort and relax, but the story misses one flaw. There's one flaw the story doesn't bring up. And that's what bothers me about the story. Hey, Deborah, in the Good Samaritan story, the one flaw, and I brought this up to other people if you remember, is he didn't help properly that he could have. He gave him enough, and he didn't wait until the guy was awake to talk to him and say, hey, what happened to you? Can I help you in any way? Instead, he just helped him, and he didn't want the other guy to know. So he put him in a situation where now he can't explain himself and have someone else help him, because the guy that helped him paid for him and got him clothes and all of that and shelter. But now he has to pay taxes and doesn't have the money to pay the taxes that he was going to go pay that he got robbed and took. So now he's stuck in a situation where he got hurt and bullied just so that he could pay his taxes. And the guy, I'm holding out my hand, and the guy didn't fully help like he could. Now the reason why I bring this up is they bring this Good Samaritan, be a Good Samaritan, everybody. You need to be more than a Good Samaritan because you don't know what the person's real situation is. I even have a Facebook video of a girl having a pole trying to get her purse, and she couldn't get the purse. She was trying to get a grab pole and trying to get her purse, and she was trying to get it, and then she dropped the pole, and then someone walked by her, picked up the pole, and gave her the pole back, even though the purse was right there that they could have gotten and given it to her. But they didn't. They gave that, and she started smiling and skipping that she did a good service, but she didn't give what the individual was trying to get. Yeah. So the person then looked at her with like, you just gave me the pole so I could start all over again when you could have just grabbed my fucking purse and given it to me with the pole. What the crap? So that's what he should have done within the Good Samaritan stories. He should have waited until the guy waked up, found out his situation if he really was a Good Samaritan, and said, what happened to you? Can I help you? I helped you with this and I got you help. But what brought you on that road? Are you trying to, like, do you need anything else? What else happened to you? Did you lose anything? Is there anything I can do to report what happened to you? Like, did you lose anything? Did someone steal something from you? Because obviously it was stolen or something occurred. Why are you in that situation? Because he was on the robber road. The guy knew that he got beat up and stolen from, so he could have talked to him and said, what can I do to help you retrieve that which got taken from you, so that he wouldn't be in trouble more with the law to cover his taxes. So the Good Samaritan story isn't finished. Never was. It was a good part of being good, but you need to go further. So he helped him. He should have stayed until the end or tried to come back and see how he's doing so that he could be, because now he's in charge of the guy he chose to help. But he shouldn't have to decide to do all of that for him, but he could at least know his situation and then try to help him find another Good Samaritan or a good person to help him. That's what we do. So when people just help someone for a situation you think that they're dealing with, you need to go further and help people even more. because you may think that it's this that they need help with, but without knowing full context of why they're in that situation, what's really going on, you can't really fully help them. I tell everybody all of my situations that I'm going through, and I tell them what I'm for. That's why I believe in being authentic and genuine, so that you can tell them everything that occurred, so that then maybe they can finally do what needs to be done. So it's not just about being a Samaritan or a good Samaritan or a good being. You got to go, if you're going to be authentic, genuine, if you're going to help someone, make sure you know what you're helping them with and what they really need help with, and don't just halfly help them. The Good Samaritan only halfly helped the situation. And now he's in a bigger situation. At least he's not, unalive. But now what is he going to do? So Christ gave a story that doesn't have a good ending, in my opinion. It was an ending of the guy was helping, he's alive, but now he's going to still be taken out by the government at that time for not being able to pay it. His wife and him might be put into slavery because they can't pay their taxes. So now they're going to be sold or told or taken and imprisoned, which is even worse than what he went for. And so people don't realize that story isn't as good as it claims. Now, what's the clock? We got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. I'm gonna go at 3:33. There, wondering when I was going. I said six. That. What's bad? Yeah. So the Good Samaritan story is not my favorite story anymore. It used to be one of mine, but I tell people you need to do more than Good Samaritan. You need to do what they say in their Jacob chapter 3 of that Book of Mormon book system. Because I used to be LDS Mormon. I'm not. I'm ex-Mormon. But in that book, it brings up, in either chapter 2 or chapter 3 of Jacob, it brings up that if you want to manifest anything, you can, but so be careful what you wish for. You indefinitely pray and ask Source and whatever to do whatever you would like. But what would be better is if you are rich, you should give to the poor, so the rich and the poor can be equal. Yeah, just ask and you'll receive. But you want to make everybody equal. It says the rich and the poor should be equals. You shouldn't be hoarding funds. You should be giving it to everybody so that they're all equal. And so the problem is their church is hoarding, and they're hoarding. And they don't realize, oh, but we're not perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about what's right, what's wrong. Does it hurt or does it harm? It's not about perfection. It's about doing the right thing and the next right thing and the next right thing. You're supposed to do it for everybody is equal. You're not supposed to be hoarding or lying or hiding things. Your church is doing that, and I've let them be aware of that. It says follow the money. They land grabbed Hawaii. There's all sorts of information on that. And so I got people to recognize the problem, to wake up, because I didn't see it. I didn't realize it. I was like, you need to see this. So I've told my mom, I've told my family, I've told all of them. And they don't like it when I bring it up. But I only bring it up when they try to bring their crap with me about their belief system. I said, oh, I don't do that because of land grabbing and other stuff that your church is a part of. And they get really upset when I flat out say, I was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard that. I said, go do your research. It's true. They said, well, that may be true to you. No, that's factual information. Go research. Go research. Stop telling. Oh, and then they have to rebuttal, and they're like, oh, well, they're doing it because we need to build up the kingdom. We need to have the 7 temples before Christ comes. I'm like, oh my freaking. I said, well, the temple's inside you, not a tabernacle of clay. You have 2 temples at the side of your head. That's what it's talking about. You're supposed to be doing meditation and breath of life focuses, and that's what it's talking about. And so they don't realize that you're being told to do meditation and things and focuses and genuine stuff. And so I think it's crazy. Job after I poop. People hear my voice. Some when it was translated, things were left out. Yes, they were child of life. They took things out. So I believe they didn't finish that story correctly, and so that there was more to that story that wasn't brought up, and so they took the story, and I think even if the story turned bad or good, it was then a true knowledge of what we could learn from it to do better. So they should have given the full record info of that story rather than just the parable Christ said of the story. And he was just giving a parable, but he didn't finish the full story of it. And maybe there was more to that story, but I don't know if there was. All I know is to me the story wasn't finished. Yeah, 3 children. If he was telling me that story, I'd say your story is flawed. So there's something missing. And then he probably would have smiled. He'd be like, "Oh, okay." If he really was a good person, he'd realize that I would have noticed, and he would have said, "Okay, you're right. How should the story end? This is what the person should do. This is what someone should do." Blah 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 blah. That's what I would have told him. Of course, I also wouldn't be able to handle living in those times with my physical health. He would have had to heal me before I could. I have 3 adult children. Well, bless you. Yeah, and so the whole thing is when it comes to having any form of family connection, just because someone has stuff they have to deal with because of their family doesn't say they can't still be good for them. So having certain family members doesn't change on what you can and cannot do. You can still teach those children and others different things. But I know that's not what you're saying, Chala. I wasn't sure why you were bringing that up. I think you were bringing it up because the Spirit said something. But Kelsey, but yeah, but most people will try to say, "Oh, well, I have children. Oh, I have this. I can't do a lot." I'll say, "No, you can. You can still do good even with no children or many children. It's how you teach them. Full transparency. Teach them the right stuff, and they'll change." It's 3:33. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna head out. Who's all here? Wow, Deborah. I don't know who. It looks like there's a child trying to come in. So Chris, Deborah, and Child of the Light, thank you, bless you, and I'm gonna head out. Take care. I don't know why someone's trying to request. Oh, Deborah, are you trying to request, or was that just you tapping? I think that was just you tapping. You're good. I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes when people tap, it tries to request. You're good. Sometimes if you put it down here, it will with the tapper. It will invite. It's okay. I always ask, and I figured that's what happened. Tapping. Yeah. So sometimes it does it. I've done it once before in other people's lives. I can't say that I haven't done it because I have. I was like, oh crap! I didn't mean to request. Anyway, done it several times. Oh. Okay, well, bless you. I'm gonna head out. My name is Betty. It's important. What? Whose name is Betty, and what's important? Weird. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get going. Have fun, everybody. I will be back for the Twilight Live free stream. I plan to come around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's 3:34 p.m. right now. So I'm gonna get going. Take care. I'm gonna finish the live stream on Facebook and YouTube afterwards. So take care, everybody, and bless you and see you. Thank you. Oh, we're at 3.4K. Nice. Thank you. Boy was alive. Princess. The boy that was unalive. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. Okay, everybody. Um, I'm just gonna head out in just a moment. It's 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's November 6th, 2025. Close to you all. Grace be with you. Samuel Spirit here. I'm also Senator Stephen Durbich. Anyway, the grace be with you all and infinite rising to you all. I'll be back for the Twilight Live free stream. Take care, YouTube and Facebook.
Crocodile.
Well, this is great.